Ladies and gentlemen, you've been lied to your entire life. The system, the one you were born into, the one you were taught to trust, is designed to keep you weak, afraid, and dependent. The game is rigged. The deck is stacked against you, and worst of all, you don't even realize it. From the moment you could walk, talk, and think, they've conditioned you to believe in fairness, in security, and playing by the rules. But those rules, they were written by the winners to keep you in place, struggling, dreaming small, settling for crumbs while they feast at the top. They have no intention of letting you in. But here's the truth. You don't have to stay a slave to this system. You don't have to accept mediocrity. There's a way out, a way to rise above, a way to win. And if you have the guts, the discipline, and the relentless drive to break free, then this moment right here will be the turning point of your life. For the weak, this isn't for the excuse makers, the victims, or the soft-hearted. This is for the warriors, the ones willing to do whatever it takes. If that's you, then listen up. I'm going to lay out exactly how to escape the rigged system and take what's yours. 7 brutal, undeniable, and life-changing truths. You ready? Let's go. The system was designed to keep you poor and obedient. From birth, you've been programmed to accept a reality where you work hard, pay taxes, and hope for a comfortable retirement. Let me tell you something. Hope is for losers. The people who run this world don't hope. They control. They don't wait for opportunity. They create it. While you've been taught to study hard, get a job, and follow the rules, they've been taught to leverage, manipulate, and dominate. The game was never set up for you to win. It was designed to keep you in check. School, a factory that trains you to be a compliant worker. The media, a tool to keep you distracted and fearful. The financial system, a machine that ensures you stay in debt, trapped, and under their control. They don't want you free. They want you predictable. Because a predictable person is easy to control. You follow the system. You do what you're told, and in return, you get nothing. A life of stress, limitations, and regret. Look at the people who made it. They didn't follow the script. They didn't waste decades chasing promotions or praying for a pension. They built. They risked. They took what they wanted. And the biggest secret of all, the system isn't broken. It works exactly as intended to keep the masses down while the elite climb higher. If you're tired of being a pawn, you have to wake up. You have to see the truth. And once you do, there's no going back. The real question is, will you keep playing their game or will you rise above it? You will never get rich working for someone else. I don't care how smart you are, how hard you work, or how many degrees you collect. If you're punching a clock for someone else, you're making them rich, not yourself. Jobs are a scam. Salaries are golden handcuffs. They keep you just comfortable enough that you don't revolt, but not enough that you ever break free. Every hour you work, every project you complete, every ounce of effort you put in, it's building their empire, not yours. They give you a paycheck, and in return, they take your time, your energy, your creativity, and your potential. And the worst part, most people never even question it. They spend 40, 50, 60 years trading their life for a paycheck, and then wonder why they never got ahead. The rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. They own businesses, they invest in assets, they create systems that generate income while they sleep. They don't trade time for dollars, they trade leverage for power. That's the difference between winners and losers. The truth is brutal, but is simple. If you don't own, you are owned. If you don't build, you are being built upon. And if you don't take control of your income, someone else will control you forever. Fear is the only thing holding you back. Fear is the most powerful weapon ever used against you. It's the reason you stay in that dead-end job, the reason you never start that business, the reason you hesitate instead of taking action. The system thrives on your fear. Fear of failure, fear of risk, fear of judgment. Because as long as you're afraid, you're controllable. You've been trained to fear the unknown, to avoid discomfort, to seek safety. But let me ask you this, how has that worked out so far? Has playing it safe made you rich? Has avoiding risk given you freedom? No, it's kept you stuck. The people at the top, they have fear too, but they don't let it stop them. They move forward anyway. They use fear as fuel instead of a cage. Success is about acting despite fear. It's about taking the shot even when you're unsure. It's about betting on yourself when no one else will. The difference between the winners and the losers isn't talent, it's courage. The courage to break the mold, to defy expectations, to take what's yours even when the odds are against you. If you want to escape, you have to kill your fear. You have to rip it out of your mind and replace it with ruthless determination. Because the only thing worse than failing is never trying. The illusion of security is your greatest enemy. Most people live their entire lives chasing security. A stable job, a steady paycheck, a safe career path. But here's the brutal truth. Security is an illusion. It does not exist. The people who believe in it are the ones who get wiped out first when things go wrong. They are the ones who never truly live because they spend their entire existence trying to avoid risk. Look at history. The people who depended on a company for their future laid off in an instant. The people who thought their pension would take care of them left scrambling when the economy crashed. The people who put their trust in the government left abandoned when reality hit. Security is a lie, a fairy tale sold to the weak to keep them compliant. The only real security in this world is owning your destiny, controlling your income, and becoming so powerful that no one can take away what you've built. Every time you chase security, you trade away your freedom. You sell your potential for a paycheck. You give up control in exchange for comfort. And what do you get in return? A lifetime of limitations, of waiting for a retirement that may never come, of hoping that the world doesn't collapse before you finally start living. Does that sound like a winning strategy? No. It's a guaranteed way to stay stuck. The rich don't seek security, they seek power. They understand that true safety comes from control. Control over assets, control over income, control over choices. They don't put their future in someone else's hands. They take what's theirs, they dictate the terms, and they build a fortress around their wealth. If you're still clinging to the idea of security, you're living in a fantasy. The only way to escape the system is to embrace uncertainty, to step into the unknown, to take risks and make bold moves. Because the harsh reality is this: if you don't own your life, someone else does. And that means you are never truly secure. Wake up. Security is a prison disguised as a promise. Break out. Your network is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. Look around at the people in your life, your friends, your colleagues, your family. Are they winners? Are they making power moves? Or are they complaining, making excuses, and staying stuck in the same cycle of mediocrity? Because whether you realize it or not, your network is either lifting you up or dragging you down. There is no in between. Winners surround themselves with other winners. They associate with people who are playing the game at the highest level, people who think big, take action, and refuse to settle. Why? Because your environment dictates your success. If you're surrounded by losers, by people who make excuses, by people who settle, guess what? You're going to become just like them. Most people never escape the system because they refuse to cut the dead weight. They hold on to friendships that do nothing for them. They stay in circles that reinforce their limitations. They listen to the advice of people who have never accomplished anything, and then they wonder why they're stuck. You need to start asking yourself some hard questions. Are the people in your life pushing you forward, or are they holding you back? Are they challenging you to be better, or are they reinforcing your fears? If you want to win, you need to surround yourself with people who have already done it. People who think at a higher level, people who won't accept anything less than excellence. This is not about being cold, it's about being strategic. Winners do not have time for losers. They do not waste energy on relationships that don't serve them. They build alliances, they form power circles, and they protect their inner circle like their life depends on it, because it does. The system wants you to stay in your comfort zone, surrounded by people who keep you mediocre. If you're serious about escaping, you need to cut the dead weight and start building a network that forces you to rise. Because in this game, who you surround yourself with determines how far you go. The ability to execute is the only thing that matters. Ideas are worthless, plans are useless, knowledge is meaningless. The only thing that separates winners from losers is execution. How many people do you know who talk about starting a business, about making a change, about taking action, but never do? They plan, they research, they prepare, but when it comes time to pull the trigger, they freeze. And then they wonder why they never get anywhere. The world does not reward thinkers. It rewards doers, the people who take action, who move fast, who execute before they feel ready. Those are the ones who win. Everyone else? The one, the scorekeeper, is the darndest thing. This guy the system conditions you to hesitate. It trains you to overanalyze, to second guess, to wait for the right moment. But there is no right moment. The winners act before they're ready. They make decisions quickly. They adjust on the fly. They take the shot while everyone else is still trying to figure out if it's safe. And because of that, they get ahead while everyone else is left behind. If you're waiting for permission, you've already lost. If you're waiting for certainty, you'll never start. If you think success is about having the perfect plan, you don't understand the game. Success is about movement, momentum, and relentless execution. You want to escape the system? Then start taking action. Imperfect, messy, aggressive action. Because at the end of the day, only one thing matters. Did you execute? If the answer is no, then you're still playing their game. No one is coming to save you. It's all on you. Here's the harshest truth of all. No one is coming. No government, no employer, no mentor, no friend. No one is going to come and hand you the life you want. You either take it or you stay stuck, period. Most people spend their lives waiting for the economy to get better, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for someone to believe in them, to give them permission, to make things easier. And guess what? That day never comes. The system is not designed to help you. It is designed to keep you waiting, to keep you hoping, to keep you trapped in a cycle of dependence. The rich, they don't wait. They don't look for handouts. They don't expect anyone to give them anything. They take responsibility for their future, they make their own opportunities, and they force the world to bend to their will. That's why they win. That's why they escape. That's why they dominate. You have a choice. You can keep waiting, keep hoping, keep wishing for something to change, or you can take control right now and start moving. Will it be easy? No. Will you face setbacks? Absolutely. But the alternative is worse. The alternative is a lifetime of regret, of wondering what could have been, of knowing you wasted your potential because you were too afraid to bet on yourself. No one is coming to save you. You are your only shot. So stop making excuses, stop waiting for permission, and start building the life you were meant to have. Because the winners, they don't wait, they take action. And that's why they win. The system is rigged. It was never built for you to win, but that doesn't mean you can't beat it. The weak will stay trapped, the strong will break free. The only question is, which one are you? This is your wake-up call. No more excuses, no more waiting, no more playing by their rules. It's time to take what's yours. It's time to escape. It's time to win. Now go do it.